We got Bad Blood on Saturday in Atlanta. We were talking about the ticket prices, but you know what? I mean, a lot of those ticket prices are inflated, and it just sounds ridiculous. But I do think this will be a good show. They kind of stacked this little undercard B-level pay-per-view with a lot of nice matches. Our first domestic non-international B show in a long time. I don't know, since Fastlane, maybe a year ago. We've had a lot of B pay-per-views this year, like Backlash and all this other shit, but they've always been in France or Australia or Germany. This one's in Atlanta, but I think it will be a good show. One question, though, before we get to the actual card. Only 5 matches are advertised, which I think is fine for the international shows, and I've always preached less is more. But I think you can afford to throw on a 6th match here. I mean, we're not in fucking Germany where they take 30 minutes for the entrances, I don't think. I mean, they could totally afford to add a last-minute match. If they're not going to add Gunther and Sammy, which they didn't, what I would do personally, and I don't think they will because it's the day before the show, they should add LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, and Andrade for the United States Championship triple threat. They're probably going to do it on SmackDown, but those guys deserve the pay-per-view slot. Andrade and Hayes have had an awesome feud. Night's over. Just put it on the fucking show. They're not going to, but do you think that's any possibility we see that added to the card, or probably they just stick with 5?
I would just stick with 5. To me, it doesn't totally matter. I'm not paying to be there, so I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I think what they have is good enough, and I feel like you could flesh out some of these matches, so it's not like...
Okay.
I think it's fine, honestly.
All right. Well, with the matches that are advertised, Nia Jackson-Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship, I think this is the most predictable match on the show. Bayley gets the belt back. No, I'm just kidding. Nia Jax will retain, I think. You know, people asking, does Tiffany cash in? I don't think so. I think it's still too soon for that. I know Nia choked out Tiffany on SmackDown last week. People were going crazy over that. I don't think that happens here. I think they saved that for later on. Maybe she tries to interfere and Naomi stops her, but I still think Nia retains the title and they continue on with the Nia-Tiffany thing over the Money in the Bank briefcase and the women's title. So, did Nia win here, or do you got Bayley going over?
No, I think Nia wins here. I think it's probably the most predictable match. I'll say that. I wouldn't say there's a cash in. I feel like they're spicing that up a little bit, so see what we get out of that. But I have Nia here.
Yeah, I think it's the most logical outcome. Damian Priest and Finn Balor. I don't know, honestly, who of the two needs to win more. I mean, Damian lost the World Heavyweight title at SummerSlam, but, he's white hot right now. They've been booking him well. He and Rhea went over at Bash in Berlin. Finn Balor, he's been a lot of talk lately. A lot of talk from Balor about, you were my friend and you shouldn't have trusted me, blah, blah, blah. I stabbed you in the back. But if he goes in there and loses, then the feud is pretty much over. And if it's over, it's over. But I feel like it does have more legs than this. So I'm going to say Damian loses here and Finn Balor picks up the win. But what are you thinking, Mr. Marceau? Balor or Priest going over in this matchup?
I think it's got to be Finn. Like you said, I think they've been booking Damian. He's just been white hot, and I think Finn needs to win more. So, I think Finn wins here and he can continue it going. But I think Finn needs it here.
Yeah, I think he needs to win more. In order to keep the feud alive, put more heat on him. And they've got good heat on Raw, but, in order to really establish him he's not going to be a bigger player. It's fucking Finn Balor at this point. He's just kind of where he is in the card. I think Damian has a higher ceiling at this point in his career, but I do think Finn Balor should win the first match since the feud started. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley, the other Judgment Day drama matchup for the Women's World Championship. Dominic Mysterio in a shark cage. Before I give my prediction, I'll throw it to you, Mr. Marceau. Who do you think goes over here?
What a prick. Oh, God. I was really hoping you went first. It kind of made me sway me one way or the other.
Yep. No, you're up. You're in the hot seat.
Ah, damn it. Shit. I feel like we've gone 2 heels back to back. I feel like Liv should win, but I feel like Rhea might. I'll say I'm going to go with Liv.
Okay. So the feud's not over, or is this it, you think?
It's over.
Feud's
Liv
over.
wins, and she moves on.
Wow. Okay. I think I will piggyback off of that, but I will add on to it. And I may have mentioned this last week. I don't know where I talked about this.
You mentioned it last week. I think I know where you're going.
Yeah. I think I mentioned. I think I did. I think we talked about this. I forget who I talked to about certain shit. But yeah, I think Liv wins, even though Dom's in the shark cage. I mean, listen, did that stop James Ellsworth or Chris Jericho in years past? The answer is no. I mean, they fucking interfered anyway. But I feel like that's probably going to happen. I think Raquel Rodriguez could come back here. I know Dominic, or was it Dom? I think was on the phone on Raw in the beginning of the show and Finn said, listen, I got a plan. Were they talking about something that happened on Raw? I mean, maybe. I don't think so. I think they were talking about Raquel coming back and costing Rhea the win. And I don't know if she joins Judgment Day or if she's just a part of Liv and Dom's little faction there. I think she did very well as the heavy in NXT for Dakota Kai for as long as that lasted for. I think she got over in that role. She excelled in that role. Start from scratch on the main roster because she's been boring as fuck as a babyface. And I like Raquel. She's nice and, she's a good worker and she was getting over at certain points, but she's just not interesting in her current role. So turn her heel, have her help Liv win. And then I think Rhea will get the belt back at some point, but it just won't be right now. So I do agree, though, regardless, I think Liv will retain the championship here. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns versus the Bloodline Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. I just can't see a scenario where, one, Roman gets pinned, but I think even that's more likely than Cody getting pinned again. We just saw Solo pin him at Money in the Bank. It'd be fucking dumb for him to lose again. Jacob Fatu pinning Cody would be cool, but it's like, does that set up Cody and Jacob that he's not going to win the belt? Jacob pinning Roman would be sick, but I just don't see that happening. I think Cody and Roman go over in Cody's native Atlanta, and I think that will set up Roman and Solo for Crown Jewel. I know Cody said on the Pat McAfee show, there's going to be a video package that has title implications for Crown Jewel. I don't know if that has to do with this match. I think that's something completely separate. I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about, but I'm going to say babyfaces reign supreme. What do you say, Mr. Marceau?
Yeah, I think it's a tough one because I feel like they said Roman and Cody probably should win, but I feel like the heels also should get a win too. It's a tough one, honestly. Do we get a new member of the Bloodline? So
this is where Hikuleo debuts, maybe.
Yeah, so it's like I feel like and if it's like the end of the show, like I feel like that should happen. I'm gonna go with the heels. I feel like you said, I think maybe Roman could lose. Maybe there's some, you said, either interference or maybe like accidental issue going on. Like maybe Roman accidentally spears Cody, and then there's some extra shenanigans. I think the heels win. Keep some heat on them.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with that.
Who do you think win, or who do you think takes the pin though of the two?
Roman.
Wow. Okay, Roman takes the
he'll job for his cousin.
That is true.
Rikishi will be there in the front row. He'll do it.
Yeah, they won't riot because he's losing to a fellow member of the NOI family. Do we see Jimmy Uso maybe come back? I don't think so. I don't think the show needs him, but people have been wondering, when's Jimmy Uso coming back? Like, he has this aura that we need him on the show, but, I don't think this is it, right?
No, I think you save him till, like I said, if there's another guy in the other Bloodline team, I think that's when Roman's going to need some help, so that's when I think you call Jimmy up. Yeah,
maybe closer to War Games with the $500 tickets in Vancouver in a couple months. I could see that happening. CM Punk.
That's worth price admission alone, Jimmy Uso. That's worth $500.
I'll say this. I think. Oh my God!
Jesus, don't die. Kid's such a big Jimmy Uso mark. He's about to die over there.
About to croak. You're talking about Jimmy Uso. I think not Jimmy Uso's worth the price of admission. I think his theme song is worth $500 a ticket just to hear that in person. The fucking aura of that song. I listen to that song all the time. It's such a good song, and then I have to remember it's for Jimmy Uso.
He was born a king.
It's just so funny how fickle fans are, because it's like, man, I see these tweets almost every day. Man, I miss Jimmy. Jimmy's so great. Bro, when he was around 6 months ago, people were like, this guy's the biggest fucking loser on the planet. So make up your fucking mind. It's just so funny. Absence
he was
Dark
his
Thunder.
credit. I mean, I don't know if it's his credit, but like he was booked horribly.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But let's be fair though. That match at Mania was mid as fuck. The one with Jey Uso. I mean, that
it was trash. I don't even go mid. It was terrible.
And that ain't even a what's it called? That ain't even a booking issue. That's just the match sucked issue. So I mean, listen, I like Jimmy.
The problem realistically was they both had the same moveset, and like I said, also didn't help the fact that Jimmy was a glorified loser before it even happened.
Yeah, they just spammed the super kick for 10 minutes, and
he was getting knocked out by slaps by Meechin 2 weeks before. Like people gave a fuck.
Yeah. Oh man, I will pop though when he comes back, but you just got to put the fans in their place sometimes for being fickle. Punk McIntyre, Hell in a Cell. Who goes over, Mr. Marceau? I'm putting you in the hot seat again.
I hate you.
This could go either way too.
I think Punk wins. I think he needs to win more. I'm going Punk.
Okay. I'm going Punk, too. I could see Drew winning because Punk won the last one. I do think Punk wins. Bonus question, what main events? And I know it's going to piss me off if it's not Hell in a Cell. I know you don't give a shit.
Stop being a little baby boy and Roman and Cody main events easily.
I'm a CM Punk.
Like it should.
I'm a Punk crybaby this month, not a Cody crybaby. I'm a different crybaby in the month of October. I think Punk should headline, not the tag team match. No stakes. Well, I mean, I guess Cody said there might be stakes, but it should be Hell in a Cell.
There are stakes. It's Cody and Roman, the two biggest guys in the company.
I just don't understand how you could kick off the show with a bloody, and they promised blood like 3 times, a bloody Hell in a Cell match, and then close with fucking Roman and Solo exchanging headlocks. I just don't get that.
I'd pay more money to see that than $600.
Wow. Then for the Hell in a Cell match in the main event.
Yes.
That's the only way you're paying $600 for a ticket is if the tag team match
I'm here to see the main event with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. I'm not paying $600 to watch Punk and McIntyre main event.
Wow, okay. Hot take there, hot take.